Well, hello there, friends. It is me, your host, the Dread Pirate Space Buns. I am back for another try at this. We're gonna do this. I hope that I can get through this, and I hope that I can get through this without ending up making myself or actually making anybody feel bad, because that's not what I'm about. I want to say up in front and ahead of time, I'm all for humanitarianism. Everybody just vibe and chill and do your thing, and let's just do that together, and let's talk. And if we disagree, I'd love to hear your side, but I'm not about I don't want to hurt people. I don't want to get hurt. I'm not looking to spread a bunch of pain around the world or really come for people or go out of my way to. So I just want that to be said. Now, because also, you've read the title, you know this is about #himtoo. I would like to say, it's not that I'm against feminism. It's not that I hate feminism. That's not why. I actually do try to do some advocating for men's rights. I try to keep things a little gender biased and very neutral so that everybody can feel welcome and feel okay. It's not because I'm against it. I'm all about girl power. I very much love feeling empowered as a girl and feeling like I can do things. The thing is, I feel like at a certain point the scales kind of started to get tipped. And I don't know when that was. I haven't historically gone back and looked at all of this to explain to you exactly the point when feminism started to tip that scale into, actually kind of starting to hurt people. And I'm not saying that that's something that everybody that is a feminist or everybody that feels, feminism is a good thing is that. I like feminism. Feminism, though, is also just about being a girl, being a woman, being feministic. It doesn't have to mean the political and the big scary word that it's put out to be. So I want to say that first off, for anybody that comes here and is really primed to go hate on feminists, it's not where it's at. And that is because I'm a humanist, and I think that everybody deserves love. I want love as a girl too. The point of this is not love. The point of this is that bad things happen to everyone, guys. And I remember seeing Me Too come out, and I was like, wow, #MeToo is cool. It gives power back to people that at one point or another had that taken away. And that sucks, and that feels like crap. But watching that be actually used to take away other people's power, because yeah, I did see on many, many occasions where guys were talked very badly about for using it. That hurt. That made me sad. That was damn, why are we doing that, you guys? It happens to them too. I can't tell you, just being friendly, being willing to listen to people, how many horror stories I have heard from guys, about just crazy things that happen, along the lines of things that happen to girls. And you'd hear this and you'd be like, oh my god, that reminds me of one of my friends. That's so terrible. And yet here we are. And so #himtoo, as we were talking about, is making a comeback. It's trying to make a resurgence, and I'm kind of for this and about this in a lot of big ways, because I feel like the scales just started to go, and we need to balance by giving them an out, by giving them a safe place and a safe zone to be hey, this happens. Hey, it's not just a one-sided issue, but it happens to us too, and it freaking sucks. And I think that if anything, this shouldn't be a point of hatred or a point of dislike for each other, or even a distraction or a point of making a certain point invalid. This is a point of actual relation. This is where people can come to work together and say, wait a second, no, this is happening on both sides of the fence. Maybe this isn't just a, guys raping girls, problem. Maybe this is just a sexual assault problem. Maybe there's an even bigger problem behind that, but we're not going there in this video. That's what I'm saying. There are points of relation here that's why hashtag me too, hashtag her too if you want to make it, hashtag him too, they need to exist. They need to exist just so people know, like, hey, no, other people of my gender have it happen, other people on both sides of the fence have it happen. It happens. Maybe at the end of the day, some things about life just suck and sucky things happen, and it's nice to know it happens to everybody. Doesn't matter who. Part of the reason I think this is so important. Now, the other part of the reason I think this is so important might actually start to make some people that have made it this long a little grumpy. But if it does, let's have a discussion. Let's talk in the comments. Come to my DMs. Let's do it. I am open to different sides of you, and I'm open to learning. But I kind of think that a lot of like the male privilege has like washed out, and maybe even like diminished to a point where like it's maybe not cool anymore. And I'm just gonna be the one to say it. But yeah. So I thought up a couple of things, and you know, I feel like a lot of fights were already won. I feel like a lot of privileges that women didn't have already come to be things that we definitely have. I mean, the right to vote, the right to drive, the right to divorce your husband if you choose. I mean, 1800s or so, I don't know, maybe. No. Wow, that was a really bad time. Like, that was a really long time ago. I was just thinking, you know, he's Henry the 18th, but we're washing that. Anyways, the point is, the right to divorce and choose divorce and like all of this stuff came like a really long time ago, and like we got the right to vote. We have the right to drive, like completely on our own, do whatever we want. Like, we even know that there are some countries in this world where that still doesn't exist, and we are in 2020 and we're over here battling for divorce rights, workplace, and sexual harassment, which is something that exists on both sides. And on the note of sexual harassment has gotten taken to a point where I holistically, even as a girl, don't believe that a man could go to like a superior or an HR person. And I personally, in professional settings, did watch this happen. They couldn't go to somebody and be like, hey, I have this girl and she will not leave me alone. Can I go to a different thing? Can I do this? I remember a time where like we were offered the ability to go into a special department at one job, and this one dude jumped on it so fast, and I was so confused. I was like, what in the world? And this other girl's hand shot up right after him, and I was like, that's weird. And he ended up like outing of the program because of her, and I was like, what happened? Ended up explaining that like she'd been following him home and stuff, and like HR wouldn't do anything. And it is at the point where girls can go and say, hey, he touched me. And like, maybe he walked by you in a close quarter and touched your butt and that happened. But like, now you're reporting it and he actually looks like a jerk. And like, that follows him. But like, that table doesn't turn. And so that's not exactly equality. That's like a completely outweighed scale. But I think another fight that's already been won is the workplace equality. I'm going to come from two perspectives, okay? The perspective of, I've personally done payroll for a very, very large place, a very, very diverse place. There was no gender bias. We did not pay a single person different. Like, it was actually the easiest thing because by department, you got paid a certain amount. It was simple. And like the hardest ones were managers' paychecks because they actually had differentiation. And I'll tell you what, not a one of those managers was gender biased. And I'm sorry, but I've worked in quite a few different call centers. I mean, what people will call the scummiest places to work, the slummiest places. Not been gender biased against. Not in pay, not in my ability to gain a promotion, not in what I wear, not in anything. And if anything, I mean, girls were allowed to walk around some of these call centers in leggings, whereas like we'd get mad at guys and be like, sweetheart, you need to go buy a new pair of pants. It looks like you're wearing skinny jeans to work, and that's not okay. But then she could wear like leggings around the center and no one cared, and it was like, also, I have to say that there is a point, you can Google this and go look at 90s business women's fashion. Go ahead. I'll wait. Go take a look and notice those glorious shoulder pads sitting on the shoulder. Do you want to know why those were there? So you looked more like a man. That was the fight of workplace equality. That was when they fought for equal pay. That was when they fought for the right to wear what they wanted to work. Our mothers already did this. Our grandmothers, our great-grandmothers. I mean, we could go back for generations. So don't drop your feminism. I'm not saying that. But maybe think about how far we take this and how powerful you really need to be in a situation. Do you really need to stand on somebody else to get somewhere? Be that a man, woman, or otherwise. Do you really need to? Is that the best way for you to get somewhere? Is the best way for you to stand on yourself and be like, at the end of this, yeah, I did that because I'm awesome. And for a final note, I happen to hear a lot of very, very sad stories about divorce. I see them sometimes just randomly going through TikTok and other things like that too, because there's just kind of a lot of it going around right now. And I'm not going to lie to you guys, it does make me really sad that is a place of so much inequality. Parental rights in general, like as a woman, you can get pregnant, decide you want to keep that child, he doesn't have a say. And then you can force rights on him. You can get child support. You can get spousal support when you divorce. I don't personally know if men can really get spousal support, and I'm sure that it probably takes some pretty hard circumstances to do that. Pretty off balance. It's pretty off balance that you can say you want to leave, but then make him take care of you? But if you don't want him, what's the point? My 2 cents. But at the same time, too, a lot of child custody really doesn't even get left up to him. That's left up to her and how she feels and if she feels like doing that and how the state's laws work. Because some states are absolutely crazy about divorce. And they really, really side with women in, I think, most states. There's nothing wrong with a hashtag himtoo, that allows victims of something super terrible that we have all acknowledged is so freaking bad. Like, we have acknowledged it to the point that we're still talking about it how many years later? It's still a hot button object? Like, come on. If it's that hot from our perspective, let them have their thing. And maybe support them in having their thing. Because guess what? Life is life no matter what gender you are. And I think at this point, it's really even more true. Like, there are differences. There's always going to be differences. There are always going to be things that I can do that a guy can't do. Like having kids, all these other things. But jobs, ability to take care of ourselves, ability to do what we want in life and get somewhere and follow our dreams. Girl, you got that. It's time we stand up and we're like, hey, dude, you got that too. I'm proud of you. I think you're awesome the way you are, and I think you should be proud of being a guy. Because guys are awesome, and like it or not, we do need them. They are important. And there is a reason that all of our chick flicks are either centered around guys or centered around the guy that left you. We need them. So be nice to them. Care for them. Start doing nice things for them. Oh my gosh. I was worried I was about to throw my stylus. I was like, and this video's gone rogue. But I hope it didn't go rogue. I hope it made sense. And I hope that at the end of this, gosh, no one hates me. But if you're mad, if you want to talk about it, if you just want to share whatever, I don't know. Like I said, I like to learn. I like to have an open discussion and get to see different sides of things, because it is enlightening. It is enlightening to see that there is still a point where at least something is going wrong, to the point that people are still feeling down. And I guess now it's a point of really, really starting to figure out how we open up discussion, how we re-equalize things so that we're able to actually move somewhere on this and start dissecting these bigger issues between both feminism and men's rights, because both matter at the end of the day. Like it or not, both of us are going to exist on this planet. So I guess we should start figuring out how to coexist. Anyways, it has been your host, the Dread Pirate Space Buns. I'm signing off before I ramble anymore.